Hi, Jenny here, and I am talking about Glee again. This year I made a video about Gwen Fabray, and I really loved that video so much, and I wanted to make other videos about Glee since it was a huge part of my teenage years, and they are such a cultural moment in history, especially in music. So in this video, I will be ranking all the New Directions performances that they had in different show choir competitions, so sectionals, regionals, and nationals. I will mention other performers as well, but this tier list is only focused on New Directions. Alright, so let's get into the tier list. So the highest category here is Change the Trajectory of My Life. A performance so iconic that it changed me as a person, literally. Deserve to Win is that it's an amazing performance and they deserve to win. I mean, very self-explanatory. Here's, okay, because not all of the performances were high class, amazing, but it's still like enjoyable and so on. Flop is a performance that I hate. Alright. The first one we have is Season 1 Sectionals, and the Glee Club was in shambles. Their set list was stolen by other groups, so they had to come up with a set list on the spot. Finn was being dramatic. He didn't first come because he was being treated badly by Quinn and Puck. But then she eventually came because team. Rachel's opened with Don't Rain on My Parade, which is an iconic moment. It's so incredible. It's so dramatic. It's extra. The vocals are incredible. It's a perfect performance. Next up was You Can't Always Get What You Want by Rolling Stones, which was a group number. It's cute. It's fun. And since they came up with it on the spot, it was very well thought out. And then they closed it off with Somebody to Love, but it wasn't shown on TV since that was a performance from a different episode that was already done. But Somebody to Love, Glee version, is gorgeous. So for me, this first sectional was performance that opened up everything, basically, competition-wise. Because Don't Rain on My Parade definitely changed my life. Like Glee version, because I hadn't heard of the original one. I do love the original one now, of course. I would put this Deserve to Win, which they did win. So they won sectionals and then head on to regionals. They did a journey medley. So first they sang Faithfully. This was a Finn and Rachel duet, and I was such a Finchel shipper, so for me as a shipper, that was a huge moment, and it's such a beautiful song for them to sing and for their journey, especially now looking back to it and everything that happened. It's a beautiful song for them. So they did Faithfully, which was absolutely beautiful. It had a beautiful choir ending to it too, and it was beautiful. Then they did a mashup of Any Way You Want It, Loving, Touching and Squeezing, which is a fun little number. It's very cheeky, kind of flirty, I would say, and fun, yeah. And then, of course, they closed off with Don't Stop Believing. This was the second time the song was performed on the show after the pilot. Many more to come. And it's a nice number, and yeah, I'm between like, oh, okay, and deserve to win, because the Faithfully number is gorgeous, and it's their first big regional performance. It's amazing, but when you consider that their competition was Vocal Adrenaline, and the leader of Vocal Adrenaline is Jesse St. James, played by Jonathan Groff, and they perform Bohemian Rhapsody while Quinn gives birth, by the way. One of my favorite scenes on the show ever. So when you compare this journey medley to Bohemian Rhapsody, by vocal adrenaline. So vocal adrenaline did win. So I don't know if I would say that they deserve the win category, but rather like I liked it. It's an enjoyable performance. Vocals, especially on Faithfully, are amazing. Then the mashup of two songs is very fun, and then obviously Don't Stop Believing is a meaningful song for the Glee show and fandom. But now looking back to it, maybe I would put it here. Oh my god, I feel so bad. But like, I have to be honest, okay? Okay. On to season 2, we have sectionals. And things are changed up a bit. Schuster realizes that there are a lot of talented people in the choir. And maybe not every number needs to be sung by Rachel. Obviously, Rachel is annoyed by this. But we get to see a lot of new talent in the sectionals for season 2. So first we have Quinn and Sam singing I've Had the Time of My Life. They come into the performance from the back instead of entering on the stage. And it's a really sweet, cute duet. They have both quite high, is it alto, falsetto? I don't know these terms, but their voices are quite high. It's a sweet moment. How do I even describe this performance? But the most incredible, iconic part of this performance is Santana Lopez, Naya Rivera doing Valerie by Amy Winehouse and Mark Ronson. It's so fucking good. It's so amazing. Her voice is so perfect for this song. It has some raspiness. It's nothing like there is. So the thing is, I'm between these two. I mean, they won the sectionals, but I feel like Valerie Glee version of Naya's voice, it's so fucking good. And obviously, Quinn as a character changed my life. And Quinn getting a moment, it's so deserved. Okay, I did not expect that. I did not expect it to put it up so high, but it's such a good performance. Yay. On to regionals, and the Glee kids are doing original songs. So first there's a Rachel solo of Get It Right. It's a ballad about how she tries her best, but like she doesn't always get it right. Wow, what an explanation. And then they do Loser Like Me, which is about how they have been tormented at school, especially by Sue, and all those different ways that they've been hurt. But then they say, you can't hurt me. I'm proud to be me. I'm proud to be a loser. And it's such a sweet moment. I think as of 25-year-old, I would put it in Deserve to Win or here. But for this one, Loser Like Me was such an important song to me as a 15-year-old. So considering that personal change, and obviously it was a huge moment for Glee as well. So changed the trajectory of my life. Wow, we have many entrances. I was expecting maybe one. So they win regionals in season 2 and they head off to New York to perform at the Nationals. And this is an iconic Glee episode, them being in New York, Rachel's and Kurt's dreams basically coming true and them coming to New York. They sing original songs, and compared to the previous original songs, these aren't really anything special. They're cute. I don't think they would have won even if there wasn't the Finchel kiss, which got them disqualified. Well, not disqualified, but that they didn't win and charted. They placed quite low at 12, I think. So they sang Pretending, which was a duet between Rachel and Finn. And they went with their duet because they thought it would be their best chance at winning. And then they did a group number like Let's Light Up the World Tonight. And they're both cute and catchy, but not Nationals level. Oh, okay. Alright. Season 3. And this time around, we have two choirs competing at McKinley. So we have New Directions, and then we also have Trouble Tones, which are led by Mercedes, Santana, and Britney. And then Shukamara is there also. Ooh, this sectionals was intense. This sectionals was amazing. So New Directions performed the Jacksons medley. So they performed ABC by Jackson 5, Control by Janet Jackson, and Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. And they also, so they had lost Santana, Britney, and Mercedes, but they also didn't have Rachel to perform because she was suspended and wasn't allowed to participate. So a lot of people who usually don't get to be in the spotlight got to be in the spotlight. For example, Tina and Mike Chang, and Blaine doing Control was amazing, and Quinn's introduction to Control, that this is a story about control. Like, that was so fucking good and so like menacing and anyways. Ooh, I haven't thought about it. I think while I loved the Jackson medley and I loved each performance, I felt like it was a bit too long. I feel like maybe one of the songs should have been cut. And if you consider the competition, so the Trouble Tones, the best one of their competition, did I Will Survive and Survivor mashup. It's really good. It's very catchy. I think I'll put this to deserve the win. Then we get to season 3 regionals. Basically, New Directions won the sectionals, and afterwards, since it's senior year, Quinn kind of gets the Trouble Tones to join New Directions again because it's senior year and they want to spend it all together. And for each performance, Trouble Tones get to have their own number. So the performance starts off with Trouble Tones doing Kelly Clarkson's "What Doesn't Kill You Makes You Stronger." And when you think about the Trouble Tones performances on the show, I Will Survive, Survivor mashup, and then Adele mashup of Someone Like You and Rumor Has It, like, those are so incredible. They're so different to what has been done on Glee. Every voice, especially Santana and Mercedes, like, they're so good. And then they do just Stronger. And I love that song. It's a good pop song, but it felt so bland compared to those other Trouble Tones performances. So that's the opening. It was still the best one out of these three, not gonna lie. So then after Stronger, they perform a mashup of Fly and I Believe I Can Fly. And I hate this song so much. I hate this part of the performance so much. Blaine and Santana kind of take the lead positions here, and I don't like it. It doesn't work. It doesn't fit with the other songs in the performance, and it's definitely not regionals level performance. And in this same episode, Blaine sings Cough Syrup, which has become Darren's one of most significant cover versions. I think he does it on tour and everything. So you have Blaine singing such a beautiful song, which has made me cry so many times on the same episode, and then you have this, whatever this mashup is. It didn't really work at all. And then it's finished with Here's to Us, Rachel solo. It's nice, but yeah, I don't like this performance. I don't think they deserve to win. It was not good. It was not good. But I think their competition was the Warblers, and I think they did like a One Direction song or something like that. So I don't know. But basically, they did not deserve to win this. All right. We have arrived to a big one. Season 3 Nationals. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, y'all. So it opens with Edge of Glory by the Trouble Tones, but this time Tina and Quinn also joined the Trouble Tones. You know, it's our last performance together, let's make most of it. And it's gorgeous. It's amazing. I love the dramatics of it. And I really love it. It's not as good as, say, the Adele mashup was, but Edge of Glory is gorgeous. They did so well with it. Afterwards, Rachel sings "It's All Coming Back to Me Now." Holy fuck! Like that was so. It's the dramatics. It's a huge ballad. The vocals are huge, out of this world, and it's so dramatic. And then we have Jesse St. James watching in the audience, being like broken-hearted, watching so proudly. I love the epicness of it. It's such a huge song, beautifully done. And then they close up with Paradise by the Dashboard Light, which highlights so many different voices. They have a part for Rachel and Finn, they have Santana singing, they have a little part for Blaine and Kurt, and the choreography is amazing. And I just love that there's this huge journey within one song, and the previous songs really fit well as well. It's so good, and that's why it's going to change the trajectory of my life, because that was iconic. That was really fucking iconic. If you compared the regional's performance, it was quite disjointed. It felt like 3 different songs. Like, okay, now we perform this and now we perform that. It wasn't so much about like telling a story. These are clear 3 different performances, but I feel like they still come together really beautifully. And yeah, it's incredible. Especially Paradise by the Dashboard Light. That was incredible. I really recommend watching that. Then we move on to season 4, and Rachel, Finn, Kurt, Quinn, Mike, and Santana and Mercedes have graduated. So now we have new kids on the choir. We have Marley, Jake, Unique, Kitty. Then there's Tina, Blaine, Sam, and Artie from the original group, and Brittany. I must admit, I didn't really remember these performances that well, so I had to go and rewatch them yesterday. But yeah, let's discuss. Finn has taken over teaching the Glee Club, and honestly, their sectionals performance kind of sucks. They do Gangnam Style, which Tina is the lead of, and during the performance, Marley faints, and they get disqualified. Marley fainted because Kitty had been fucking up with her health, basically. But the thing is, if we even put that aside, Gangnam Style, Finn, listen, darling. No, it wasn't a good performance, and they did not deserve the win. But wait, there's still more performances. What do you mean? Well, basically, Sam and Blaine found out evidence that the Warblers had used performance-enhancing drugs. So they get disqualified, and then New Directions are in. So they have their regionals performance. They do Iconopop's I Love It, and the Scripts Hall of Fame, and then an original song, All or Nothing, which is mostly performed by Marley and Blaine. Now, it's not a bad performance. I Love It had a especially strong beginning with Kitty and Tina, and it's a cute moment between the girlies. Hall of Fame obviously is perfect for the Glee Club's message, and they had like the girls performed I Love It, and then the boys performed Hall of Fame, basically. And I think Hall of Fame was great too. The original song was a bit bland. It's a sweet, kind message about not giving up, and it kind of was due to Marley wanting to be a singer-songwriter, so they wanted to show off that. Their competition, I don't remember the choir name, but their competition sang Clarity by Zed and Foxes, which is a song that I really like, even though it's EDM, and I usually do not go for EDM, but it's a beautiful song in my opinion. And they also did Wings by Little Mix. So I don't think, like when you compare those performances, I don't think New Directions were strong enough in this performance compared to the other one. The other one was so clean and the vocals were amazing. It's a cute performance, so I'll put it here. Oh, okay, category. Which I thought it would go straight to flop, so good for them, I guess. So I watched this performance again last night. So obviously they won their regionals, so they headed off to nationals in Los Angeles. And they did a medley of Finn's, and I think they were Corey's favorite songs as well. So they did More Than a Feeling, America, and I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Girl, why am I getting emotional right now? Basically, compared to the other performances with the new cast, they felt a bit all over the place. They didn't really fit together well, but I felt like this was a very cohesive, strong performance. Since the songs had similarities between them, it was very cohesive, as I said. And I like that the seniors, Brittany has left at this point, but Sam, Artie, Tina, and Blaine especially get the shine in this one because they are seniors and because they knew Finn the best. And Tina, Jenna Ashkowitz, has such a beautiful voice, and I feel like her voice was even more highlighted in this specific performance. They did really well, and it was really surprising to me when they didn't win, because this was one of the best performances that this group had, the best performance that this group of New Directions had done. It was very strong and cohesive, but what can you do? I miss Corey. Still, it's been 9 years and it still hurts. Oh my fucking god. Alright, and last one, we have season 6 sectionals. I was there. I watched season 6. Did you? I don't think you did. So they performed Take Me to Church and Chandelier and what is it, Sail Away or Come Sail Away? But those 3 songs. Take Me to Church performance was led by Roderick, who has an amazing voice. I love the bluesiness of his voice. It's so gorgeous. Is it the same as Hoyser's? Obviously not, but it's a very strong effort. It gave me chills. They did so well. For Chandelier, they had Kitty and I want to see Madison in the lead. And I think Kitty's kind of high, almost nasally. I mean nasally in a good way, okay? It fits so well with the beginning of Chandelier. And then if it's Madison, if it's not, I'm sorry. Madison had a really beautiful voice as well. I feel like the performance should have ended there. But they also did Come Sail Away, which was a cute little ending to the performance. Oh, by the way, the Dalton Academy had burned down. So the Walpurgis students come to McKinley and they join New Directions. Now, the lead of the sectional performances were from the New Directions kids rather than the Walpurgis. Still, I think this was a really strong, good effort. So I would put it there, deserve to win. And they did win. I know it must be surprising that a season 6 performance ranks this high, but it's good. It's amazing. Now, here's a list of performances that I think you should watch based on my ranking. So for season 1, I think both sectionals and regionals are worth watching, mostly sectionals. Season 2, the sectionals performance, Valerie, it's amazing. You should watch it. For season 3, I would check out sectionals, the Jackson tribute, and then nationals. That's amazing. And I would say maybe checking out season 6 is worthy of it as well. I think it's a great performance. I think what is really clear is that over the seasons, the performances, well, they never really did show like musical song performances. Don't Rain on My Parade just comes to mind. It became more and more poppy as the time went on. They did more so like classic rock and like not so much pop, but as of season 4 it became more pop. Then they obviously did some rock numbers, and then season 6 was pop, which is interesting to see how the times change, how they went from like doing more old school songs and then quite modern songs. Here's my tier list. Changed the trajectory of my life. I mean, I think these are warranted. I think yeah, they are high quality, amazing performances, and they deserve to be there. Alright, that's it for me. If you agree with me, let me know. If you don't agree with me, well, then you're wrong. Okay, I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!